Hello everyone. In previous session we discussed about Maven basics. What is Maven? Why it is required? And I have given a scenario for why it is required for the developers and why it is required for the DevOps engineers. And few basic points we discussed about. We can create using the three types of applications in Java. Is there a standalone web application and enterprise application? Standalone, which contains only the Java code, and web application, which contains the web Java code and web content, which is a UI part, which contains it will create the WAR file, and enterprise application. And few things we discussed about what is the content in pom.xml file as well, and the scopes, up to scopes we discussed yesterday. And today we are going to discuss about the Maven repository. What is this Maven repository? Why it is required? So Maven repository is a repository where the dependencies can store in our locally as well as in the central and remote. What is this local, central and remote repositories? Usually in the pom.xml file, we are having some dependencies. What is the dependency mean? Suppose if you want any jar file, you have to add it to your project class path. For that, you need to add one dependency which is required for your project. In every jar file, it is going to add the dependency which is in the dependency section of your pom.xml file. Let me show you one thing. What it is required for the dependencies and what is this dependency. Search for the dependency pom.xml file. See here I have given some we discussed yesterday. In every section, there's a group ID, artifact ID, version is common tags which is available for every section, and is the packaging. Either if it is a standalone, we can go for the jar package. If it is a web application, we can go for the var, and if it is an enterprise application, we will go for the AAR. That means enterprise application. Then in every category, there is some dependency. See, here you can see the dependencies. Under the dependencies tag, we can add the dependency. So what is this? In every tag, there is a group ID, artifact ID, version. So this is Apache, org Apache that Maven. Maven embedder. In this embedder, by default, all the dependencies will add extended from the parent POM file. That means parent POM file, which is already available in the Maven. So for these dependencies, suppose if you want to require additional jar files, you can simply add the dependencies. That means under dependencies, we can add the dependency. So it will automatically download while building the project and it will add it to your class path. So for that, you need to add the dependency in pom.xml file. Suppose if you don't want any within that dependency, if you don't want any module wise, you can add exclusions also. Group ID, artifact ID, exclusion. This means this is we are excluding from that dependency. That means we don't want this dependency. Like this, you can add your dependencies in the pom.xml file. That is the main important feature of the dependency. Now we can talk about the repository. What is this repository? Repository in the sense where all the jars and plugins and few plugins and few others where it will store, and that is called as a repository. There are three levels of repositories in the Maven, that is local, Maven local repository, the Maven central repository, and the Maven remote repository. What is this Maven local repository? So by default, while building your project, Maven, it will look for the dependencies where it is available. So let me open my Git bash. So in every section, there is a dependency. In every project, there is a dependency. While building the project, it will look for the local repository where in your local system, which is a file called .m2 folder of your user home directory. Let me show you where it is available, and first time it will download. I'm going to my C drive and users, Chandrasekhar. See, you can see the .m2 file. So by default, it will look for the .m2 folder of your local machine while building the project. If it is not available, it will look for the Maven central repository, so which will be maintained by the Maven community. And even if it is not there, you have to explicitly mention in the Maven remote repository. So let me get inside this. See, repository named as a repository. These are all the jars and required applications. It is downloaded by default. I'm going to remove this. So I'm trying to remove this file, and I can show you how it will download by default while building the project. So I removed just now, and I'll go for the any project where it is available. I'm just checking the downloads and my examples. See, I'm going to the Java project. So here I'm opening my Git bash. Can clear it, type ls. See, I'm going to the Java project. This is the basic Java project. This is the basic Java project, and you can see the pom.xml file is there, readme.mb file is, src file is there. Now I want to build this mvn package. So what it will do, it will download the required jars and it will add it to the .m2 folder of your local machine. So let me try it. So at the first time it will download, and from the second time onwards, if it is available in the local repository, it will look and it will take from there. If it is not available in the local repository, it will look for the central repository. Even if it is not there, we have to specify the remote repository location. Then it will download from there. See, it is going to download all the files. So we deleted the .m2 folder. Now we can check whether it is created or not. Yes, definitely it is going to create .m2 folder in our user home directory. It is bit taking some time, and we will check the file which is available in the M2 repository. Users, see, it is created the M2 folder, and from the repository again, get inside this folder. See, it is going to, it is trying to download all the libraries. In previous session, we discussed about where we can set up this Maven local repository with the help of local repository tag. So from there, you can specify the path for the local repository. Even if you can specify the local repository path, from there it will take the required libraries and it will build the project. Now it is trying to download all the libraries. Think it is taking bit more time. Let me see. Maven local repository. See, this is the local repository where you can explicitly use your home directory or any of the user home directory for specifying the local repository. From there, it will take the libraries if it is available, or else it will take it from the central repository. Now, build success. See, we just deleted all the M2 folder in our my home directory. Again, it is created and it is downloaded the required libraries. Now, build success. Now we can check ls. See, dependency produced reduced pom.xml file and target folder also created where it is the basic Java project. So can get inside the target project what it will create. Type ls. See, jar file it is created. What is this jar file? So this jar file contains the output of your project. This is the basic Java application. Only the Java code is available. If you want to run this, we can see this later point of time. This is how you want to check with the dependency. Suppose I'm going with the Maven central repository. What is this central repository? If Maven, if any library which is not available in the local repository, it will look for the central repository. See, by default, Maven will get the project dependencies from the Maven local repository. If it is not found in the M2 folder of your local, so Maven will get it from the Maven central repository. So let me check the Maven central repository URL, how it looks like in the browser. This, see, these are all the libraries in this Maven community provided for downloading your libraries. Similarly, you can search button also there for the libraries, repository search. It is this is how it looks like. You can just type as a JUnit. I'm just giving as a JUnit. See, there are several libraries are available. You can take anything based on your requirement and take it from there. So this is how you want to provide the central repository and the Maven remote repository. What is this remote repository? Not every library is stored in the Maven central repository. So libraries are only available in java.net or JBoss repository or remote repository. So in case if you want to do some additional configuration for these repositories, you need to use the specific repositories that is like a java.net repository, a JBoss repository, Spring repository. This is the remote repository URLs where it is available. And simply go for the Maven JBoss repository. This and all you need to set it from the Java Maven remote repository. You can type internal site HTTP server, then specify the internal repository using the setting up the internal repository when uploading to a remote repository center. You can see this is how the Maven central repository is there. This is the central repository of Maven, where it is having the aggregation from the sync and push operations. So this is our user's home directory. This is a pom.xml file and settings.xml file where it is available in the Maven. So this is project dedicated one, which is the staging repositories. This is how it looks like a central repository, and we will go for the remote repository. We can say in organization they will maintain their own repositories for project specific in their servers. So for that we need to specify the explicitly instead of using the Maven central or local repositories. In that case, we can go for the Maven remote repositories, and we will check the life cycle of the Maven. Maven build follows a specific life cycle to deploy and distribute the target project. There are mainly three built-in life cycles. Default, which is the main cycle, it is a reason responsible project deployment. And clean is nothing but project and remove all the files generated by previous build. So then finally site is going to do what it will do. Site it will do create the project site documentation. So in by default, it is default phase is main important because this is only responsible for the project deployment. In default section, there are several phases are there. Life cycle is different, phases are different. So please note down this point. Phases are different, life cycle is different. So in default phase, default life cycle, there are several categories, that means phases, which will be first validate. What it is going to do? Maven, give me some Maven. So what it will do? Validate the project is correct and all necessary information is available in your project. So validate the project is correct and necessary info available. It will check. That is the duty of the validate phase and compile phase. Compile the source code of your project. It will compile the source code. And then next important thing is test. So test the compiled source code using the suitable unit test framework. Test the compiled source code using suitable unit framework. This test should not require the code be packaged or deployed. These tests are not required code to be packaged or deployed. Code to be packaged or deployed. Then next phase. What is that next phase? Package. So it will package the take the compiled code, and package it in its distributable format. What does that mean, distributable format? Suppose if you are creating the standalone, it will create the jar file. If it is a web application, it will create the web or war file. If it is enterprise application, it will create the ER file. That is the distributable format. It will package. Now, then verify. So run any checks on the results of the integration test to be ensure the quality criteria are met or not. It will verify the ensures the quality checks. Then finally it will go to the installation mode. What it will do, install the package into the local repository. Local repository for the use as a dependency in other projects locally. Use as a dependency in other projects locally. Then finally deployment. Deploy phase. What it will do, done in the deployment environment using the build. So we have to deploy the packaged files. It is a jar or var or ER files. That is how this is the life cycle. Life cycle phases are 3: clean site test, and this is the default. In default life cycle, there are several phases which we have explained now. And finally execute the projects. Now we have already executed one project called Java web project. We have executed Java project. Now we can simply, for your reference, I'm running it once again. Go inside that project, delete the target folder, Java project, and the target folder is created, and we can delete this jar files. Delete the Java project.jar file. So I deleted the Java project.file. I'm just clearing it. You can type ls. The src target folder is already there. So if you want to remove entire target, you can remove. Otherwise, not required. It will create one more again. MVN package. It will create the jar file again. See, now it is not going to the central repository or remote repository. It is by default, it is taking from the M2 home directory of your local repository, and it is building. Now build success. Now you can try running it. Java. I'm just making it as a target. clear and run. It will give you the, see, this is the command as a Java if you want to run the jar file space hyphen jar and target where it is the target folder is available. Let me show you that. See, this is the target file, target directory. Get inside the target. See, Java project snapshot is there. Java project 1.0 snapshot.jar is there. So I'm taking the snapshot.jar because that is one that is we want to run. So for that I'm taking Java space hyphen jar, giving the target directory with the snapshot version with password. So the password, if you are giving any password in the code wise, you have to use, otherwise not required. Get back again. Now we can type, paste it. See, not this. Java space Java and paste this. So this is my output. So we are running simple Java application with the help of Java space hyphen jar command with the target directory and project jar file. Similarly, we can run our web application. Any downloads is there. Similarly, we can run our web applications. If any deleted files, I will look for that. I'm just taking as one jar which I have deleted. Type ls, get back, type ls, again get back, type ls. So sample web application.zip is there. So you can go there and extract it. I'm going to build this application. CD, we are extracted, right? So get inside that extracted directory. See, it is showing as a blue color. CD, paste. Now you can see POM file is there, src file is there. There is no target folder. So while cleaning this mvn package, it will, before that we can check the what is the content available in the pom.xml file. Use cat command. See, earlier it was in the jar file packaging. Now it is a war file. That is the difference between the Java application with web application. Java application contains only the packaging as a jar, and it is a web application contains var. It is the difference, and the dependency section, which is we discussed. It will download automatically and it will place into the M2 folder of your local repository. Now clear it and exit. Now we can package it mvn package. Let me see. It will create the target folder and with the var file. Guys, this is very important for the DevOps as well as the DevOps Java engineers. They want to know how to run and compile this for the Java side, and they have to know that how to run this and run the build script for the DevOps engineers. I'm giving as a basic step by step. Please follow thoroughly, then you can able to maintain clear direction. Now I can clear this. Check the ls command. See, target folder is created. Get inside that target directory. Type C, classes is there, and archivers is there, sample applications is there, and application.var file. This is important for us. This is the var file which was created. So this is how you want to run the applications. Similarly, we can run as an enterprise application, that is for the application is too large and it contains only Java code and web code as well as the modules. So for that we should go for enterprise application. Today's session we will wind up by discussing these repositories and Maven project execution. Sorry guys. So in the upcoming session we discuss about the Tomcat administration and other Sonar cubes and other advanced concept we will discuss. This is my tutorial and please follow this tutorial giving the step-by-step guides, and even the candidate doesn't know anything about it, they can able to understand easily as a DevOps engineer. Please follow the clear instructions, then you must be a beginner to expert level engineer. See, I'm giving as a my. I'll show you one. Let me check that. Guys, this is my tutorial, AWS tutorial. You can follow YouTube AWS tutorial for beginners as well as in the Facebook, which I have created the group as a AWS tutorial Chandrasekhar, and this is my Facebook page. And please follow this. And if you need any documentation, please request the personal mail ID. I will share you. Not an issue. I'm giving as a mail ID as well, so you can raise a request and I will share personally. That's all guys. Today's we will wind up this session. We will discuss on the next session. Thank you.